Good morning. Oh, that's good. I'm croaky. How you doing, guys? I'm just doing the awkward thing where I wait for you to join. It's always awkward. Morning, Leona. How you doing? Hi, Sammy, my gorge. Would you like a card, Sammy? I'm doing blocks. I was doing blocks yesterday. I'm doing blocks again today. I haven't offered Leona because she had one yesterday, not because I'm being shady. Good morning, Melissa. Hello, Rachel. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Tracy. How you all doing? It's nice to see you all. Thanks for joining me. Look at this. I've done loads of lives. I've obviously got the taste for it back. My energy levels are back. So today I am working with Spirit Junkie cards because I felt like mixing it up a little bit from yesterday. So yeah, same premise as yesterday. We're looking at advice from Spirit about what our blocks are, where we need to be focusing on our intention, our healing, our inner work, the blessed shadow that never ends. So if you would like a card, all you need to do is comment and say, and I will work where I'm drawn. And there we go. Please send me lots of love hearts and yeah, let me know that you're there. Let the social media people know that you're interested. Right, Sammy, you were second on after Leona, so and she had one yesterday. So let me pick you a card. Okay, oh, this one's jumping out. Take up. I don't know if you can hear that. I've got the roofers in. It's fun here. It's been going on since November. We've had leaks all over Christmas. I am a zen person. It's not ruining my stride, but you might hear some banging. So, Sammy, your card is taking care of myself is a radical act of love. And although this isn't a barrier and a boundary when I'm feeling into this energy, I do feel like this is your focus. And I feel like this is your focus because you had to learn this the hard way with the latter part of last year. So you've already had your boundary and your barrier revealed to you for you to release. This is about self-prioritization. This is about that determination for spiritual growth and spiritual development, that when you want to get to the level that I know you want to get to, you have to be willing to prioritize. You have to be willing to be unshakable in your desire for working with spirit and your desire for practice. And, you know, it doesn't just fall upon us, does it? We have to work hard for it. We have to prioritize it. We have to practice lots and lots and lots and lots. And I feel like this is where you're at. You know that you want to be this lighthouse for people in the dark. And the irony of that is, to get to where you want to be, you have to prioritize your desire and your development at this time. And that is the radical act of love. It's radical to you because I think you're quite enjoying this energy that you're in, but it's new. It's new to have this unashamedly determined, but this is what I want to do energy, and I will find a way to make it work, rather than sitting quietly. Let me know if that makes sense to you, Sammy. It's a fabulous pausa of the energy that I can feel with you there. I really like it. I really like it. Where am I drawn to now? Let's see. There we are. Good morning, Diane. How are you doing? Happy New Year. Let me just stop the chat moving. Glug my coffee that I did intend to finish before the live today, but you know, I got sidetracked uploading a video to YouTube and doing something else, and here, there and everywhere. Okay, Diane. My friendships support me, nourish me and inspire me. How is that a block? Well, again with the lessons here, isn't it fun being a spiritual person on this path? I think there's a shift coming with you, and this shift is very much about being in a new frequency of energy, being in a new space, and realizing that perhaps some of your relationships in your life need overhaul / deletion. I think you're getting much choosier about who gets your attention, who gets your energy, who gets to put their frequency near your frequency. They keep showing it to me like two bubbles, and you're being very, very careful about which bubbles you allow to merge with yours and which you don't, which frequencies are compatible with you. And this is very exciting to Spirit, I have to say, Diane. This feels like much needed overhaul. You're not giving away your power in the same way that you were. So there's this sense of being unflappable, immovable, in your frequency, in your energy of where you're at. You just feel very in control and very much, it's almost like the stuff's still going on, but you're just not allowing it in. That's nice. I can see all of that over there, but here I am, and I understand that my vibration is more important than what's going on with you. So very, very empowering. Keep that up. Keep following that. Make sure that the people that get your attention and your energy are supporting you, nourishing you, and inspiring you. And if they're not, boundaries, step back, allow yourself the space to grow. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Let's just see where I am drawn. Okay. Hello, Amanda. How are you doing? Oh, it's moving again. It's very off-putting. Let me pick you a card. My genuine desire to serve clears the path for me to step into my purpose. Isn't that lovely? So when we're looking at barriers, blockages, things that are preventing us from being where we want to be, this feels very much like a permission card. And it's very funny, isn't it? Because often we seek permission when we want to make changes in our life, and when we want to shake things up, we seek permission from our spirit team, from the universe. Is it okay that I want to do this? And they're there just going, yes, get on with it, crack on with it. So there's a feeling here of, again, change. I know we're in that new year energy, so there's going to be a lot of change messages coming up, because we all move into that vibration. I love new year. I love it for that reason, because everyone's in it. Everyone's assessing and looking and working out what works for them and what doesn't, and planning ahead. And it's my absolute favorite energy to sit in. I love it. I feel that you're in that energy, Amanda. You are working out what is going to stick and what is going to go, what is going to be released. And there's just this feeling here of, okay, what if your purpose is to shine so brightly, so happily, so joyfully, by following the path that you want to follow, by being who you want to be, by allowing yourself to say no and allowing yourself to say yes to the things that really, truly resonate with you? What if your purpose is just to do that and teach the people in your life that that is okay to do? What if your purpose is to educate others how to be happy? But the only way that we truly ever educate anybody is not by what we say, but by the frequency of energy in which we sit, the truth of our energy. And I think your frequency needs shifting into permission. So it's almost like you're tangled up. I'm seeing it like a ball of wool, like, I don't know if I can do what I want to do, because I don't know how that's going to impact everybody else. I don't know how everyone else is going to feel. What about this person? What about that person? And all this kind of guilt, mum guilt, relationship guilt, worries about everybody else and everybody else being okay. But what if the greatest lesson you could teach the people in your life is to choose yourself and choose the things that make you happy? What if it's not selfish? What if it's necessary? I hope that makes sense. Went off on one there, didn't I? I rather like the energy of that one. So there we go. Where are we going? Tracy Tyler. Good morning, Tracy. Let me pick you a card. So, as you can see from the little thing rolling along the bottom, season 3 of the Mediumship Matters podcast launched today. Woo, woo. So please do check it out if you haven't already. I'm so pleased and excited that it's back. I have missed it terribly. And you can find it on all good hosting platforms. It's very easy to find. Just look for it. There we go. Right, Tracy, let me have a look for you. My power lies in my peaceful presence. Oh, Tracy, are you being tested? I feel like you're trying to keep in control and keep in that space of clarity and stillness and calmness. And then the universe is just chucking, other people are chucking in all this noise, chucking in all this need, all this chaos. And again, very much like Amanda's card, I want to say here, there's the desire of the soul to be in the place of peaceful stillness and control. Then there is the programming, the way that we have always been, the way that we believe we need to be, that overrides that, where you start saying, but that person needs me, or I have to do this, or can't leave them hanging. And this is that reminder that you mustn't let that beautiful energy you're trying to create and trying to build be dissipated. That should be your number one priority. That's where all your power is. That's where your clarity is. That's where your connection to spirit is. That's where your understandings come from. So your focus, Tracy, needs to be in not allowing anyone else's stuff to become your blockage, to be choosing peace, to be choosing not to worry about it, to be choosing to let it go until you need to deal with it, to be choosing you. And that feels so, it's such a funny energy, because it's two things that you wouldn't think would go together, but they go together beautifully. Power, anticipation, excitement, strength, connection, like a solid rod through the center of your being that I can feel, but also very quiet, very loving, very still, very calm, beautiful energy. So I can feel its strength and I can feel its calmness, and that is there for you, available to you. Don't let anybody pull you away from it. I hope that makes sense. Let me know. I like to know, you guys, if these cards make sense when I read for you. So please let me know. Oh, Amanda already has. Thank you, Amanda. That's what I'm talking about. I like to know, because otherwise I think, Diane, spot on. Okay, good. Now I'm going to stop feeding my ego and carry on reading for you all. Sometimes you just want to check. You just want to check. Where am I drawn? Hi, Joanne. Let me pick you a card. It's funny, this is a new pack, which I've obviously had for ages, which is on my shelf. I've got a problem with all my Oracle cards, and I just saw it today and thought, I wonder if that will work for the live. So they're a little stuck together. My kindness is a gift I bestow upon the world. Now, as always, this is my version of mediumship, so it's important to be kind. Absolutely. I will never tell you any different. But, Joanne, your barrier, your boundary, your blockage is being kind to yourself. You knew that was coming, didn't you? I feel that this is your sticking point. You give so much to others. You are very thoughtful. You are that friend that anybody and everybody can count on. And that's a beautiful thing, until it becomes a damaging thing. Until you give so much, you're like a crispy shell of a human energetically, a bit like E.T., you know, when he's in the deathbed at the end. I'm not saying you're quite that bad, Joanne, but you know what I mean. You know that your energy as a physical being here on earth is finite. There's only so much we can hold in our internal battery. And it's good to have it available to help people who are really in need. it's not good to give it all away to your own detriment. And that is the balance that you have been exploring, finding, starting to understand. And so it starts with you. Anyone picking up a theme on today's readings? It starts with you. It's about being kind to yourself. It's about taking time for you, allowing yourself to reset and recharge. Just because our batteries contain finite amounts of energy does not mean that you cannot refill as many times as you need to. It's the taking the time to refill bit that people struggle with. So your kindness is a gift, and it is a beautiful gift, and you can still help people. But your priority for the next couple of months needs to be on your energy levels and focusing on you and almost being in recovery. It's like, you know, when your car gets a flat battery and somebody jump starts it, you have to drive it for a longer period of time to recharge the battery to get it all stocked up again. That's where you are at. It's about allowing yourself a period here of rest, of recovery, not making any big decisions at this time because you're a little bit out of your normal zone, and just allowing yourself to be in charging up mode, not giving anything away, being what you would call selfish, what I would call necessary, being in that space. And as you charge up into that, things are going to shift for you and things are going to change, and you're going to get a lot more clarity on where you want to be. But like I always say, you can't get to where you want to be and understand what's going on with you when you're flatlining energetically. Okie dokes. Where am I going now? Where am I going now? I'm going to K-Town. Hey Kirsty, how are you doing? I hope that you are well. Looking gorgeous. Oh, a jumpy outie. Today, I consciously choose to think loving thoughts, take compassionate actions, and bring forth peaceful energy. And that's a blockage, which means that you're trying to hold on to that kind of energy, very much like that other card that we had where we were choosing peaceful presence. Again, I feel like this is what's happening with you. It's noisy, it's chaotic, you are being pulled in lots of directions. It doesn't feel like it's mainly you. It feels like it's external. It might be your children just having to deal with a lot of things for other people, a lot of very practical, very earthbound, very needy things that need to be sorted. But someone's running the tap, you're welcome. But there is this feeling of determination that I need to acknowledge here. Like, you know that you've got to get through this blippy time of getting everything back into the routine, but you are aiming for, it's not far away, next week, few days, something like that, where you are just very, this is where I'm going to be. I want to be in that space of loving compassion and peace for me. I want to connect back to me. It feels like it's almost like your path was going like this, and then you've had to decoff and sort a load of stuff out, but you're finally coming out of that, and there's the last few bits to sort, and then you'll be back to where you wanted to be, where you are. So it feels lovely. It feels like there's real growth in there. You're going to find that spirit are just there waiting for you, like they always are. They haven't gone anywhere. No judgment, no anything other than just this beautiful connection with you, them, your soul, their soul, you connecting to your soul, and a beautiful space. That was lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now that's interesting, Joanne. I was going to set up a little group for people and be someone for them to talk to when they need to. It sounds like I should put that on hold. It does. Now, it doesn't mean you're never going to do it. But I will tell you this from my own experience with energy and hemorrhaging energy and being a healer and all of that stuff, is that when your battery is running like half empty, the energy just goes. We just kind of hemorrhage it out. When you are full, you become much more aware of when someone's taking energy from you. It's a much stronger feeling. It's so weird. You'd think when you were empty, you'd be more aware of it. But when you're empty, you're feeling slightly out of sorts anyway. So you're not as aware of it. When you're really full and someone takes energy from you, you can feel it and you can be more conscious of it. And you're more of a choice about where it goes and when it goes. And one of the biggest things that you can give people when you are teaching them to heal, and I'm sure you know this, but I'm saying this anyway, is the empowerment to heal themselves. It's the greatest gift ever, and it's something that's really, really important to me with Reiki healing and things like that, that you don't teach people that they need to come to you to be healed, that you give them the tools to heal themselves. And I think it's easier to do that when you come at it from a place of aligned, true, strong energy than you do when you come at it from half empty, or you might as well have what's left because it's nearly all gone anyway. I hope that makes sense. But it's not forever. It's just getting you into that space, and then it will all click for you. I love it. And what a lovely thing to do. How wonderful. Right. Hello, Florence Sutton. What a beautiful name you have, Florence. Let me pick you a card. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. Owning my power inspires others to do the same. I am not afraid to shine. I love that card for you, Florence. And this is it. There is such a misinformation about working with spirit that we seem to think that it's a journey external, that spirit will give us what we need to be happy. And when you work with spirit for a long time, you realize that it's actually all about allowing yourself to be who you are. And then your communication and connection to spirit grows. I want you, Florence, to focus on allowing yourself to be you, to not trying to fit into anybody else's boxes, to not try and shrink yourself small, to not try and make it comfortable. You're very empathic, Florence. So one of the things that a lot of empaths learn is they can feel the impact of their energy on other people's energy. And so we learn to manipulate our own energy to make it more comfortable for other people. That stops today. I'd love it if it did, but like we can try. What you need to be doing is focusing on being you. And if other people can't take it and other people can't sit in your power and the beauty of the shiny light that you are, then that's on them. It's not about you turning it down and dimming to make them comfortable. It's about you shining it bright so that they are inspired by it. And the trouble with that is, yes, sometimes it does bring up people's stuff, but that's not your problem. You've really got to be shining, beautiful, wonderful you, feeling the fear and doing it anyway, giving yourself permission to do the things that you want, following the stuff that lights you up, and everything else will follow like dominoes. I love that card for you. Okay. Hello, Anita. Let me pick you a card. Doobie doobie doo doo. Anita, I claim my desires. I hold great visions. I'm ready to receive. Oh, yeah. So we're looking at barriers and boundaries here. Don't be polite. That's what I want to say to you, Anita. It's not about feeling like Oliver Twist. Please, sir. Please, universe. Please, may I have some more? Please, please, may I have some more? It's not about being that person. It's about being greedy. It's about saying, I love that. I want some more of it. And while I'm at it, I'll have this too, please, universe. And opening up and expanding. One of the things that I often see with people's energy fields when I'm working with people is that people limit their requests. They go, I want to be here. My soul thinks I can be here, but that seems like a lot. So I'm just going to be here with it. And it's going to be much more comfortable. And then the universe will only respond to what you allow. So I feel for you, Anita, you need to be bigger, braver, bolder. You need to ask for more, more, more. And yes, it's about being grateful for what you've got. Absolutely. But it's also about not being afraid to say, that was very nice. I would like some more of it, please. I want some more. Give me some more. And hold those great visions and be ready to receive, because there is an abundance of energy and everything we ever want for all of us. Yes, there is. I know it doesn't always feel like it, but there is. Where am I drawn? Where am I drawn? Hello, Finn. How you doing? Let me pick you a card. So if you've just joined and you're wondering what the heck is going on, I am focusing on blockages, barriers, things that we need to focus on overcoming for 2023. And I am using Spirit Junkie, which is very nice. Never worked with this pack before. It's brand new, out the packet this morning. So, Finn, I communicate with ease and grace. People are willing to embrace what I have to say. So when we are looking at blockages here, this is very much, Finn, what it says on the tin. If you feel like you are not being heard, there's a energy that needs to shift within you. And of course, this doesn't work across the board, because some people are so wrapped up in their own stuff, they don't hear, no matter how much you holler in their face. But there is a sense here of not allowing yourself to not be heard. And it's not about arguments, but it is about, sorry, did you hear that? Have you got what I want? It's a really interesting thing, I think, in human nature nowadays. And I do think, says she who's live on social media, that social media has a lot to do with it. But we are distracted, and we are very much in our own bubble a lot of the time. And one of the things that I find is happening more and more, with myself included, I'm not judging anybody here, is it's harder to listen. People are losing the vital skill of listening. People are communicating, but not everybody is paying attention in the same way. And so I want you to know it's not personal, Finn. It's that if you are polite and you say, this is what I want to say, this is my barrier, this is my boundary, this is good for me, this is not good for me, and you're in that space and somebody doesn't hear it, you have to then make sure they listen. And you have to say, did you hear that? Did you hear what I said? And you have to be unafraid to repeat it. And it's easy at the beginning when we're working with communication energy, throat chakra energy, to be in that kind of space of, oh, okay, you didn't listen, okay. And sort of allow it to mute us. And what I want it to do to you is empower you to have another go. It's not about getting angry, but it is about being unafraid to be seen. Being unafraid to be heard, and actually demanding that people listen, and demanding that they let you take up some space. And ironically, for most of us, it's actually our own permission we need to give. It's ourself that we need to say, okay, I'm going to let you be heard. It's an internal thing. I hope that makes sense. It's interesting, isn't it? Boopity boo 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 boo. Hi Sandy, how you doing? Let me pick you a card. You're going to roll your eyes, Sandy. It's safe to ask for help. People want to support me. A lot of emotion with this card. I feel like I've given you a message similar to this before. I've got a real deja vu going, but maybe I've just been talking to you in my sleep. But there's a feeling here of, oh God, there's two feelings. Let me just ask it. There's two streams with this card. There is a very similar to Finn's card, a demanding to be heard, to be seen, to be noticed, and not being polite. Actually, do you know what? This isn't convenient for me. This isn't working for me. I want better than this kind of energy there that I can feel. And then there is also the the allowing the people who love you, who are around you, to do things for you and to ask for their help and to ask for their support. And it's 2 streams. So this one is very feminine. I don't often work with divine feminine and masculine, but I can feel that here. It's very nurturing, very, sometimes, you know, it's a gift to allow somebody to help you. It's a gift you can give them because they want to help you. They want to love you. So letting that in. And sometimes I feel like it's not even practical help, but just come and see me, come and cheer me up, take me out, let's have a change of scene, that kind of energy as well, being unafraid to ask for that. And then on this side, there's the very masculine, immovable, you will hear me, you will see me stream that's also coming in. And they both work together for improvement for you. Quite like that energy. It's very interesting. Right. I hope the mic didn't pick up all that gulping. It may well have, and I apologise. I meant to mute, but I forgot. Let me just see on here. Where do I want to go? Where did I just see it? Joe Taylor, fab name for the cards. Yeah, aren't they brilliant? Gabrielle Bernstein's cards. They're very good, aren't they? Let me pick you a card. I am in sync with the flow of life. Of course, as soon as we say in sync, I want to sing Girly Pop or Bye Bye Bye. Anyway, aside from that, in sync. You are like the river, Joe. And yeah, somebody might have chucked a load of shit in it. But the river still flows. The river moves around the obstacles. The river doesn't stop. There's no dams in your river, Joe. There is just the odd bits where you might need to move, where you're expecting to go, expecting to be, and shift past that. So there's a feeling here of, yes, there's debris. Yes, there's that pile of sticks over there and some strange water creature making a nest. And yeah, there's some rubbish that somebody dumped in here. And yeah, there's some rocks over here. But actually, when you don't allow those obstacles to become your focus, you will realize that your river is meandering past these obstacles and still flowing. And I feel like that's important for you to hold on to. I almost want to give you an affirmation of, I am in the flow. I am in the flow. Everything is moving. I am in the flow, because I am in the flow. I am in the flow. Everything is moving. I am in the flow. I'm loving that. I might record it. But there is that feeling of it's easy as a human to go, oh, there's a pile of twigs there. That's getting in my way, and focus on that. And actually forget that we're still moving and things are still progressing in the way that we want them to. And there is this energy of movement, expansion, the things we want, change. It's easy to think that because there's things that are stuck in your river that you are stuck, but you are actually in the flow. You are in the flow. Sorry, I hope that hasn't stuck in everybody's head, but it may well have. You never know. Ah, dear, where shall we go? I am in the flow. I am in the flow. I am going to Trudy. Trudy, are you in the flow? Let's have a look. Okay, Trudy. Very similar. I can't control the world, but I can choose how to perceive it. You've also got stuck on the back of it. I cherish every cell in my body. So there's the healing frequency coming in with you at the moment, Trudy. I think you're making choices, as we all are. It's New Year, aren't we? Who's eating loads of vegetables? Woo! There's that going on with you at the moment, but there is also this. Right, I annoy people. I know. What? Me? Yeah, no, I do. I annoy people. And I annoy people because I am very definitive about what gets my attention and what gets my focus. And I am blissfully ignorant of a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world, because I choose to not have it lowering my vibration. Now, some people would tell you that's selfish. We have a duty to know, blah, 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 blah. It's still my freedom of choice to choose what I allow in and what I don't. What I feel Spirit are saying to you, Trudy, is even when people say to me, Hannah, here's the news story. Look at the news story. I've sent you a link to the news story. Look at the news story. I don't look at the news story. And I feel that there are people around you, and they're not bad people. They are just buying into the we need to eat what we are fed. There's lots of bad stuff out there. We should be afraid. We should be worried kind of theme that we've all been facing. It's what the last few years have been about, us all facing and choosing whether to rise through it or not. And there is this sense with you that you know in your heart you want to pick what lights you up. You want to focus your attention on the good stuff. And I want you to be even more determined in that and even more definitive in that. I know that to some people I appear really airy-fairy, and they're talking about all the problems, and then the plumbing went wrong, and then this happened and that happened, and I'm there going, oh, look at the stars, oh, look, a berry on a shrub, oh, a blackbird. And I wasn't always like that. I used to be very unhappy. It's true, I did. But the more that I've worked with Spirit, the more that I have opened up to finding the joy. And I have got a podcast brewing about the phenomena of people who are really desperately unhappy with the world and life until they realize they haven't got long left. And I'm not saying that's happened to you, Trudy, but just as an example. And then when they know that it's really coming to an end, they start to find the beauty in life again, and just in simple things. And I feel like this is where I want you to be. Focus on what brings you joy. Focus on the little things that light you up, and be immovable in that and determined in that. And that's going to help you with your healing and getting yourself into a new vibration. And I really want to talk here. If you can do this as homework, Trudy, you're welcome, for the next 3 months, then by the springtime, you're going to feel there's a real shift in your energy. And it seems so simplistic and so easy. I always want to boo hiss myself, but I've also been through it, and I know it works. So try it. Give yourself 3 months. Only allow into your energy diet the things that make you feel good, that light you up, that are beautiful, and turn away from anything that isn't, just for a little while, and see how different you feel. Right, well, I'm going to end there. I thank you all very much for joining me. I'm loving doing lives again. It's so interesting because last year, well, I think, and this is my own diagnosis, I have not seen a doctor, but I think I've had long COVID because I've just had chest infection after chest infection. I felt really, really tired. And I seem to have, fingers crossed, touch wood, manifest it, come out the other side. So I'm feeling like I've got more energy to give. I've made some choices with my life to put me in alignment with the things that I want to do, the things that light me up. So I am actually practicing what I preach. And yeah, it's so interesting. I could just go down a rabbit hole now with it all. But I just want you to all understand that it isn't just all gifted to you to make it easy. And I've made some choices and changes in my life, including some choices with work and income, and taking on more of a muggle job so that I can let go of some aspects of my mediumship so that I can do the things that I want to do, which sounds so simplistic, but actually is pretty profound for me. So in order to do more lives, because I used to love doing them, and you can tell you that I love them now. I'm supposed to be leaving and I can't even get off. I'm still yabbing. But I'm doing more of my podcasts and doing less demonstrations, but bigger demonstrations and in more areas and things like that. But for the time being, I'm not doing any one-to-one readings, and I've reduced the amount of teaching that I'm doing. and I'm going to do a muggle job, and that's going to cover that, and we'll see. So I'm feeling freedom. Anyway, hope you're all still awake, and I will catch up with you soon, but please do check out the podcast and let me know what you think. Lots of love, guys.